always Terran or Zerg
Yes.
favored. Everybody knows that. So we'll go ahead and get set up. Let's go ahead and pull up the scoreboard. Bam! There she is in the very far top right corner. It's going to be Ganzi, a red Terran player, currently teamless, looking for a foreign team to pick him up, but been playing pretty well at MLG, and that's one thing you can have on your resume that's going to help you out and getting picked up. In the bottom left corner, 57 Crazymoving, recently picked up Axlav. Got some nice star power now on that team down here in the bottom left corner.
Axlav, unfortunately, of course, Crazymoving's teammate here, did lose his first game in the open bracket, so is now awaiting his next opponent.
Losing bracket, man, it's pretty hard to be in.
It is grueling. Crazymoving making it through all of it, though, now getting himself into pool play. Unfortunately, not having the best game one there against Ganzi, and I'm wondering where his emotional state currently is, because, you know, as we pointed out, he easily could have handled that. The fact that he picked off that tank was so huge. It is a timing attack. He had, when he arrived, he only had one tank. He had a second tank just right on its heels.
Yeah.
But the fact that, I think he may have let the second tank join up. That makes the attack later, gives Crazymoving more time to respond. And there was, honestly, even to at least let the evolution chamber fall so that the broodlings would spawn.
Even that, he had +1 attack about to finish up. Yes, he had Carapace, but he had +1 that's going to finish up his other evolution chamber. He has so many things going for him, and he just seemed to really just...
Yeah, I think he really just overestimated it. So, which, in all honesty, if you're going to lose to your opponent, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose, you know, by getting ripped apart, because that can leave you disheartened. This is simply a mistake that Crazymoving knows he made. He said, okay, I underestimated him. I need to play this more seriously.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's important for us to try to analyze and figure out exactly where Crazymoving's head is at. And I think you may have hit the nail on the head there, Robin. With losing vision, you know, he didn't know the size. I think he just expected less units out of Ganzi. So he's going to take Game 2 more seriously, I think.
Yeah, he sure is, man. Got the 15 hatchery now, been thrown down, going gas first. We'll be falling into the pool on a map like Metalopolis. Knowing that your opponent is not close by air, you will have time to go ahead and get that gas. On a lot of maps that have smaller rush distances, you probably go pool first and then fall up into gas, but he's very content with being greedy here. Nothing too crazy in terms of a 2x maybe possibly happening, just for the mere fact that it's hard to guess where your opponent's going to be for Terran. So Tech Lab has now been thrown down, and we're actually going to be having a Reaper expand, which Crazymoving should like, actually.
Absolutely, Robin. One of the things I was going to bring up, and then I saw the Reaper expand, and now we have to bring up, is that Crazymoving is opening with speed. We've seen a lot of Zerg players lately foregoing the speed until later, around the 9-minute mark or so they start it. And they do this in order to get 4 queens out. They get, yes, less map presence, but more base security.
Yeah.
You don't have the speed, so you can't venture out. But with so many Terrans going React or Hellion nowadays, a lot of Zergs have realized, okay, I actually don't necessarily need speed. There are other things that I benefit more from. However, the Reaper expand is something that is in many ways different from the Hellion expand, does not grant map control nearly as strongly, and is quite susceptible to speed links. So this is going to be great for Infinity 7's Crazymoving, as long as he doesn't take too much damage too early here.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you can save all your drones with great Queen placement, and his drones are actually pulled back to the bottom left. Reaper does run on in. Queen is about to pop out a tad bit later than he would like, but he does have the 2 lanes already ready to go. They're going to go ahead and soften up that damage here from the Reaper. Now going to keep on coming back and forth, and he's actually missing out on a lot of mining time here. So Ganzi's going to be feeling great about that. He does have a full scout out. Does see the pool is shimmering right now, so that means that there is speed on the way as well. Going to go ahead and maybe drop down to this natural. Does realize the Queen is there, so he cannot, but some pretty good control. I think he took out 1 drone, but overall Crazymoving shouldn't take any more damage now that he has a Queen and a couple of Lings on the field here.
Absolutely, Robin. I would like to see an Overlord put over here on the top right. You want to make sure all the cliffs in your base are covered if you're dealing with Reapers. He doesn't know if more Reapers could possibly be on the way, but the reality is that none are, so it's not really going to cost him too much. Still mining off his gas is Ganzi here. He's also got Siege Tech. Ooh, no, Blue Flame Hellion currently being researched. And this is going to be really interesting because it means we're likely going to see mech. It could be some shenanigans with drop play, but we'll have to wait and see.
This is really cool, man. Blue Flame Hellion, not something that's as utilized as much in the early game, at least of TVZ. Wow, it got first Hellion out, now a couple of Marines here. And what's really cool about Blue Flame Hellion is if they get 1 volley off. Ooh, it's 2 Lings. Oh, the 2 Lings might get a scout on. They're going straight into the main. They're going to run right to the racks into the factory, and they see everything. They saw that Tech Lab researching, sees Hellion production, so you can assume Blue Flame is on the way. Second gas being thrown up as well. And I believe he saw these 2 more racks that are being thrown down. He is going to be so happy with what he saw. Now, is he going to throw down a Roach Worm? He might be okay to deal with these with just Lings if he gets a great engagement, but a Roach Worm will be very, very safe right now.
Oh, yeah, Lings is going to be quite risky if he opts to go for that option.
Yeah.
I mean, the clues were there, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You know, the clues were there. Does he know? Last game he got hit with the Marine tank. It worked. It worked even though it shouldn't have worked. If Ganji's more careful this time around, it should work even better because he won't lose that tank to start it. So, you know, he barely saw the Hellion pop out. I don't know if he took note of it. He easily could be interpreting this as a Siege Tank Marine push again.
Yeah.
Blue Flame Hellion Marine push, a lot less common. Very uncommon, in fact.
Smart by Ganzi, now that you point that all out. Really just trying to use... He even let those Lings in there, actually. I think he meant to do that because the 3 supply depots, 2 of them went down, actually, when the Lings came into that natural. So he may have on purposely allowed those Lings to come into the natural so he could fake out that Siege Tank push that you're talking about. 4 Hellions actually now going to go ahead and do the Sweep Tumor, and they do have the Blue Flame, so it has been shown here, and 16 more Lings are on their way.
Now I'm looking for the Roach Warren reaction. Is he going to throw it down, or is he going to actually try to hold this with Lings? He does have nice creep spread, which really, really helps in dealing with these Hellions.
Oh.
Nice flank out of Crazymoving, but an even nicer play out of Ganji. Gonna manage to escape with a number of these Hellions. And you know what? He's actually committing to this. Well, that was beautiful control out of the Lings. Great thing to point out.
Right before those Hellions hit hold position, he would pull the top right part of the Lings so they wouldn't take the maximum damage from being lined up, and then try to get a surround.
Absolutely.
So he was actually having great Ling micromanagement throughout that whole entire fight. Should be seeing at this moment a push coming from Ganzi. And yeah, there it is, actually a couple of Hellions now here, and a nice amount of Marines moving across the middle of the map as well. The DPS coupled with the Hellion Blue Flame is so strong against Ling. Crazymoving have to be really careful if he's going to engage.
Yeah, it has some intense potential, Robin. Stim and Combat Shields are, well, Combat Shields about to complete here. Stim is halfway done. We've also got 2 Engineering Bays going down here. So this is just to do some damage. Try to basically slow down Crazymoving and make sure that he can't come for any intense counterattack. So that's the purpose for this, because behind it, Ganji wants to play very greedy. He's likely going to take a 3rd base. He's got double Evolution Chamber, and he's going to do a tech switch, most likely into tanks. He's probably not going to stick with the Hellions forever, though it is something, you know, we could see. As we said, Marine Blue Flame is not at all common, so really interesting stuff coming here out of Ganji. 1-1 started during all this. He wants to wait for Stim to complete before he commits to this, but he's also giving Crazymoving a lot more time to prepare.
Got a number of Banelings here at the natural as well. Spire is about to complete too. Spire gets out, it becomes a little bit harder for the Hellions to engage. Granted, the Marines there are quite helpful as well, but level 1 flyer attacks actually being popped up here. So many upgrades, man, as you're pointing that out to me. We got Burrow on the way, level 1 Carapace about to finish up, Banelings speed about to finish up too, which will make it easier to engage these Hellions and Marines as well. Off creep if Leeds can get that surround and hold those Hellions in. Banelings can actually do a lot of damage, and they don't take extra damage from Hellions either, because they're not considered light units, just bio. So it looks like the 6 Hellions are now moving forward. Stim does go down, kills only 1 creep tumor off. Banelings are all here within the main. And it looks like he kind of wants these Hellions to come into the natural. Oh, he's waiting for this drop, actually. It's coming on in. Does soften up a couple of those Banelings. Lings are actually in a bit of a funnel there. Now we'll go ahead and retreat. Banelings do get a couple of nice hits as 4 units are picked up. Oh,
and the Mutalisk stand to take a good amount of damage here, Robin. We do see 2 of them go down, and that's 2 out of 6. 30% of his Mutalisk do fall there. And we've got, well, honestly, a good amount of damage has been done to Crazymoving at this point. You know, it's not been any catastrophic amount of damage, but what has Ganji sustained in terms of losses? Look at this unit's loss tab, guys. 16 to 58, 1,100 resources to 2,450 from here. I'd love to just see Ganji go home. You know, he's got a lot of stuff going on back at home for him. And you know what? Actually, his +1/+1 is about to finish. As long as he's careful with his army positioning right now, Mutalisk coming, and there are not enough Zerg units here in order to deal with this. And with that engagement from Crazymoving, Ganji now with his +1/+1 finishing, another failed attempt there from Crazymoving to do damage. Robin, are we going to see Ganji here go for a counter?
He should be feeling very, very confident. He got the Mutalisk count there, which was about 5 or 6, which isn't that many here at the moment. And it looks like he's actually going to go ahead and swing around this top left corner third here, just finishing off. There are some drones in trouble. Lings coming on in, and now they actually get the catch on this Hellions, which is actually really huge there. Banelings trying to get the Marines, but a beautiful split there from Ganzi. But will it be enough? It does not look like it. The Lings will be able to clean up the rest of these Marines, except the Medivacs are here doing enough healing power. Is he going to barely break on through this? 2 Marines actually beat 2 mutants with the Medivacs. He is forced to retreat, but he effectively finally stops his push.
Robin, this is a game of attrition right now. Everything for Ganji is just coming down to the last wire. And during all this, he's going to be expanding out towards the middle of the map. Really wants to assert his map control here. Also, reinforcing with more Hellions, coming in with some additional Marines. He wants to keep the pressure on his opponent, Crazymoving here, in order to prevent him from droning up this third. If we take a look at the worker supply now, look at this. 60 to 48. Ganji's in a fantastic position right now, and Crazymoving needs to find a way to slip in economy here while maintaining production of army.
Yeah, at the same time, we do have Ganzi expanding towards that third. These Marines are running straight to the third. Lings are burrowed. He's waiting for more to go ahead and get in here. He actually doesn't unburrow his other Lings. There he goes, finally unburrows them, and then we'll go ahead and get this around. The hatchery is low. It is in red HP, but it will be saved with 154 HP. But note that that hatchery is low. That'll definitely be a prioritized target there for Mr. Crazy, or Ganzi. We have more racks now following up. Missile turrets are going ahead and getting that base nice and secure. Third has been established as there was a transfer to go ahead and get that saturated. But overall, Ganzi's playing very beautifully.
I mean, this is also a beautiful maneuver because he knows his natural third is likely going to be scouted. We see there's a Ling here and an Overlord. So as it stands, Crazymoving didn't believe that there was a third on the field. Now he's going to spot this with his Mutas, but the missile turrets are 3/4 of the way done. One of them does get taken out there, but the rest will finish.
And not enough Mutas to dive. You need a good number. You need about 21 to 22 before you can finally go ahead and dive straight on in. At the same time, a lot of Lings are heading straight to the third at the moment. They're going to go ahead and make sure this hatchery is nice and well defended. A number of Marines were moving their way to get on up there and to snipe it away, but unfortunately will not be happening.
Lings arriving for Crazymoving, going to reinforce these Mutilas. How many Banelings does he have? That's a good... Only this one Baneling, which, well, I hope he decides to burrow it.
Engagement in the middle of the map. It looks like as there was some Marines going to chase. A nice full stem there for a couple of those Mutas, but again, nothing that really should hurt Ganzi whatsoever. Right now, 69 to 55 in Harvesters. Let's check out that production tab really, really quick here. Looks like Spire's another Spire about to finish up, but did he drop and actually kill off?
No, this... Oh, wow, he actually did kill off the Spire. This is something that we unfortunately did miss. So it looks like right now Ganji is swinging around for another drop play. And
that's why his meter count's so low. I was wondering. I was like, why is he not creating more? Smart play there. Actually, when
700 gas during all this. The drop is landing right now in the main base. Simultaneously, Ganji pushing out across the map. He's doing a fantastic job at utilizing his better economy right now. Mutas come out of position in order to deal with this. This is going to allow this army to get into position. Would love to see this tank siege. He's already committed to being on this side of the board. And, yeah.
Baneling bombs. If he pulls back, he might... Yes, he does get a nice portion of the Marines. Not the best hit, but he'll take it. Definitely will allow him to open up and take out this door and the siege tank. So definitely, actually, those Banelings helping him out a lot. Gonna focus down the medevac, and the Thor goes down as well. Crazymoving finally getting a victory in these engagements. Still moving forward at the moment, going straight for this natural. We'll go ahead and camp outside and make a plethora of Banelings. He definitely wants to take out a base here.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised he's not going for the third here. It's completely exposed. Simultaneously, guys, there is a drop in the main. Just getting started here. Taking out a few of the Mutas. Beautiful target firing coming out of Ganji. Afterwards, yeah, he's going to have to lift up into these medevacs and fly away. That Queen down to just 15 hit points. Fourth established by Crazymoving in the top right is also taking some fire here from a drop that is commencing. Crazymoving looking like he's actually going to come home from here, Robin, without even attacking this undefended orbital third.
Yeah, well, Crazymoving going to go ahead and GG out of the game. Wow. Well, looks like Ganzi going to take the series. Oh, did he drop again and get that Spire? Man, Ganzi taking the series, ladies and gentlemen, 2-0. Going to be, I believe he is...
No, he didn't get the Spire. He just picked up that medevac that was after it, like, all the Marines had to pick up and just dropped it in the natural.
Well, that
Ganji was a serious drop play there.
Yeah, he was all over the place there. We even missed a Spire. And I actually remember when he was coming up for the third with the first push of the Marines, I saw two medevacs go to the bottom left. We didn't catch it on the screen. But good job sniping that Spire. That was huge, actually.
Yeah.
For Ganzi to do that. Crazymoving just couldn't create any more Mutas, which made his force that less dangerous, really. So, looks like Ganzi 2-0's Crazymoving will be moving up in the pool. 3-2 puts him behind Marine King, who is currently 4-0. Crazymoving is now 1-2, but a good series nonetheless, even though it was a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I really, I think at Game 1, Crazymoving underestimated his opponent, and Game 2, he simply got outplayed. Ganji played that game absolutely gorgeous. The Blue Flame Hellion with the Lings.
Yeah.
I mean, Crazymoving definitely expected that to be tanks. What's great against both Blue Flame Hellions and Marines, Robin?
Banelings, Queens.
I was going for Roaches, but those both worked too.
And Roaches.
Guys, I mean, it was it was a genius play. Perhaps he even meant to let him into the base, as you said.
I think he did. Because two supply depots went down. There was one already down in the middle, but I think the other two went down as well.
I know I'll be taking a look at that replay. You guys should too. Feel free at the end of this tournament, if you sign up with MLG, check out the VODs. I'm Kibbles. It's been a pleasure casting thus far. We will get back to you as soon as we know the next match.
Yeah. So thanks, guys. I'm Robin. Let's go ahead and clear up the screen here. Thanks again, guys.